Hello, Aries. Welcome back to Be Love Receive Love Tarot. I'm Milo, and I am going to be your reader for today. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you for joining. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you for all of your likes, shares, subscribes, and the support. I cannot do this without you, nor would I really want to. However, you guys got the bonus love reading by I can't even describe how unbelievably flabbergasted I am with the amount of views that your September monthly general got over 300 views, and that is officially the most viewed tarot video that I've ever had. So thank you for all of that support. I'm flabbergasted by the amount. So with that being said, at the end of this video, there will be a how to win a free personal reading with me. It will be a pre-recorded reading or a live reading, depending on whether or not we can match up our schedules in order to do like a WhatsApp video call or something along those lines. In the meantime, this is your bonus love reading. I briefly went over your September monthly general just to get a feel for what was in that again, and you guys fell for a player and they were junk, and now you need to go inward and invest in yourself. What I'm kind of already getting for this is that it's coming sooner than you think, is what I'm hearing. It's coming sooner than you think. So I'm going to get you a couple romance angels. I've got my Mystic Tarot deck, which is the very first deck that was ever given to me. And I seemed suiting that I would use it for you today. As I say that, did a pre-shuffle, and the Knight of Swords is chilling at the bottom of that deck there. But it's one of my favorite decks. And then I'm going to clarify with some Rider-Waite. And then, of course, you will get to find out how to win a free personal reading with me. So, let's get into this and see what we have for Aries September bonus reading in love, of course. This is all love. If you wanted a general reading, I'm sorry, you'll have to wait and find out how to get a personal reading with me. We can do something career-y. Career-y? That doesn't even make sense, Milo. Yep. It's Mercury retrograde. I'm doing my best here. Got a lot going on with myself as well. Did anything flip, or we're just jumping? We're just jumping. All right. So, I'm actually an Aries rising for those of you who haven't followed me a whole lot. So I do kind of relate a little bit to what you guys go through. It does not want to give me anything. Come on. So just in case you wonder why we mesh so well, that's part of it, because we share a sign, a major placement. Okay. So here's the thing. You want passion. You want your whole heart to sing with joy here. The problem is right now you still haven't gone into that hermit mode that I'm telling you about. You might still be on dating sites. You might still be, pursuing that silly player. I don't judge. That's your prerogative. You're going to do what you're going to do. It's a cyclic thing. You're going to keep repeating cycles until you learn the lesson you need to learn and then move forward. The reason why I say you might not be done with that yet is because you have the Love Yourself First card. And this is the first card coming out. And it's your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Don't be desperate to find love. Don't be rushing into anything head first. I know my Aries rising loves for me to just go and get it, go after it and everything. So you're being cautioned to really, again, focus on yourself. What makes you tick? A really great expression actually that's coming to mind that was told to me a long time ago. I can't even remember where it's from, but it's instead of trying to find somebody worth loving or that's worthy of your love, be the person worthy of your love, because you attract what you are. So if you are desperate and you're not emotionally available, but you want something, but you're scared of it, you're going to attract that. And that's why you get wishy-washy people coming in and out of your life, is because you don't realize it, but you're kind of wishy-washy. And it doesn't necessarily mean like, you know, I want it, but I don't want it. It's more of I want it, but I'm scared to want it. I want it, but are they going to hurt me? As soon as you put that idea, even that question out into the universe literally goes, I'm going to give you exactly what you're asking for. Just because you stated in a question of like, is it, doesn't mean the universe takes it at that way. The universe literally takes it as that's what you want. You want to question it. So stop questioning yourself. Stop questioning if a person is good for you. You're going to get that intuitive feeling. I mean, clearly a lot of you are very spiritual people. You have religious factors here, which means for me with this, because we don't have a connection sitting here right now, to me, I feel like your love life is influenced by your religious and spiritual upbringing, your spiritual path, right? Like whatever you believe in is your prerogative, but energy is energy and it's fluid. And I really feel like, you know, you have this standard of what you want in a partner, whether that be, like no sex before marriage, or, until you're at least in a committed relationship. You want things to go slow. You want that open the door, uh, open the car door, breakfast in bed, romantic kind of love that you see in the movies. But at the same time, you're like, is that even possible? Is that even real? Well, yes, it is. Movies came from somewhere. That romantic idealization, pardon my, I cannot speak, but I'm pretty sure it's idealization. Idolization. English is my first language. um, but yeah, and they this idolization of this romantic movie style love is what everybody truly wants, regardless of your gender. You want that. So in order for you to get that, you have to also be that. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I feel like the deception here is you're kind of deceiving yourself. You're wearing a false mask to yourself that you feel like you don't deserve it, or it's never going to happen. And the universe delivers your thoughts. Your thoughts become reality. So the more you think that's never going to happen to somebody like me, the more likely it's not going to happen to somebody like you because that's what you're manifesting. If you're like, it's just around the corner, and you tell yourself this every morning you wake up, you say, love is coming, or love is already with me. I am exactly who I need to be in order to be loved, and I am loved and cherished, and I will be loved the way I deserve, the way I see fit, the kind of love that comes into movies, and it'll happen. I see partners that are friends of mine who live that fairy tale romance life, and envious am I? Yes, but at the same time, I'm like, like mine's coming. I know it is. I'm still working on myself. I haven't put myself. I put myself out there a couple times, but I wasn't ready, and I'm starting to learn that now. Like, I mean, if the universe thinks that you're ready, they're gonna put somebody in your path, whether that's a new lesson or a karmic, your twin flame for those of you who resonate, or just a really good soulmate that's going to spend the rest of their lives with you. When you're ready, when you've learned the lessons that you need to learn about love from this life and past lifetimes that you need to have uh, karmic justice from, or need to be karmically played out in this life, whatever that is for you, that's when things are going to start turning around in your favor. So, why me? Why is this happening to me? Why am I never finding the love that I want? That's you manifesting exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, you need to take a step back and start, instead of saying, why me? Why is this not happening now? Start saying, It'll happen when it's supposed to. I trust in the universe. What is mine will not and will never pass me by because it's mine. It's meant for me. Okay? We can go further into the Buddhic teachings of, like, you know, not desiring anything, but I won't do that to you. I won't torture you with that reading. I do believe a little bit in the Buddha workings. I'm not like an avid Buddhist monk, if you will, but I think that they have a lot of good attributes in their religion, and, you know, there's nothing wrong with being a good person, being your main religion, loving everybody, despite who they are. They are all there. They're all you. It's a universal energy. All right. Now that I'm going to quit yammering on, we are going to get you your love reading. Now, clearly, with this being all put out, I am asking this deck right here, what's coming towards the Aries in love in the month of October? Are we going to be in a relationship? Are we going to find that person this month? Or are we still working on ourselves? Let's find out. There's hope in the works. This particular deck talks about Pandora's box as well. So you're opening up Pandora's box. The beautiful thing behind the story of Pandora's box is that when she opened up the box, all the hurt and the pain and everything, the suffering of the world came out, but what was left in the bottom of the box when she closed the lid back up was hope. So always have hope, because if you give up hope that you're going to find that partner, you might as well just close the lid on the box and walk away. You gotta have hope. Star sign, you could be dealing with an Aquarius, or, you know, but we'll get into that. Don't let all the bad in the world, you know, make you crusty. I don't know why I'm getting crusty, but salty. Don't let all the salt in the world make you salty, so to speak. All right, for Aries, what's coming towards them this month, please? Nine of Swords. You're still having some anxiety, and I feel like you're being tormented from ghosts of the past, if you will. Ace of Wands here. The Sun card's coming out for you, though. Leo energy. So I really feel this month you are going to be working through a lot of your fears. You're going to really be pointing the swords of truth, essentially, at your inner workings, and really dialing back and figuring out what makes you tick. What do you want in a relationship? What what do you want, essentially, which is, I mean, I talked about this in your last reading as well, but I think now that we're sitting here, I think you're really gonna kind of take this into consideration and be like, wow, okay, you know, what do I want? What do you want in love? And that's what this is saying. What do you want? What makes you happy? What is, you know, what are your turn-ons? What are your turn-offs? And write it out. Write the pros of and the cons, and write what you want and what you don't write down what you don't want, because but write what you want, and then whatever comes up that you're like, I don't want that, that's a deal breaker. I mean, I guess you could write down deal breaker too, but I mean, you don't really want to manifest that for yourself. So I would like figure out what your deal breaker is, and then find the opposite of that and write that down in your manifestation. So like if smoking is a deal breaker, put a non-smoking individual, or somebody that's very healthy, you know what I mean? Like, try to stay away from like the negative writings. Don't write negativity out loud. Try to find the positive from the negative, and focus on that, is what I'm trying to get at here, if Mercury retrograde would let me speak. Two of Wands. The enlightened path. I mean, you're healing. Again, with the hope card at the bottom of the deck here, I don't see a relationship this month, to be honest with me. I mean, some of you could, so don't get too defeated about this. And I'm sorry, I'm here to tell you what I see, not what you want to hear. But I feel like you're really going to truly start loving yourself. You're going to step into your emotions. You're going to start feeling uh, through the healing stage. I mean, you got the Hierophant here, and in the Hierophant in this deck particularly, I mean, you don't have the Hierophant, but he's in here. He's depicted in the back of the Two of Wands here in this deck. And he is the Centaur that heals Hercules, but in the process nicked himself with the blade, and forever will he's immortal, so he can't die, but he can feel pain. So he's forever inflicted with this wound that won't heal. So he has to go around in life and heal other people while feeling this great amount of pain. So if that's somebody that, like, you're an empathetic person, you're a healer in your group of people, like you feel like you always give that romantic relationship advice to your friends and stuff, but you never have that connection for yourself as well. So I feel like that, if that resonates with you, there's definitely a message in this reading for you. But I feel like really you need to turn that advice that you've been giving everybody else and focus that advice on you. Start giving yourself advice. Start loving yourself. Start giving hope to yourself, and you know, choose to go down the path of enlightenment and you know, light your own way out of the darkness, out of that dark cave that you've been in. Stand in your truth, stand in your power. Ace of Swords. And new beginnings happen. Judgment call. For some of you, you could end up reuniting with somebody from the past. Now, I'm not talking about that fucking player. I'm talking about somebody that maybe you thought was long dead and gone. Maybe they left you or it didn't work out. There's kind of like I'm getting the one that got away situation. That could be coming back around for you. You never know. Lover's card on the bottom of the deck with the Knight of Swords. Again, I'm not seeing romance in this. In every single one of these cards, it's you know, you're by yourself, essentially. I mean, I see that you want love. It's very clear in the cards that it's something that you strive. I mean, who doesn't really want love? If you don't, you're weird. And that's okay too. This isn't your reading if you don't want love. That's for sure. This person wants it. They just need to focus on themselves for a hot minute. Let's see. Six of Wands. A victory. A victory. Don't let ego get into your way as well. Don't think that you're above something. Like, maybe for some of you, the next person that's going to be interested in you, you're going to reject them. Yeah, as I say that, this pops out. You're going to reject them because, you know, they're not your ideal person. And as I'm sitting here holding this card, it was like, hey, Milo, this was like one of the last cards that you pulled for their reading before. And this is that offer coming in out of nowhere. And you're going to be manifesting this. This is magical. This is something that's coming in. But why is this Nine of Swords here? Why is this Nine of Swords here? Let's get into the clarification part of here. Knight of Cups. The anxiety over this previous butthead that has, I don't know, butthead just came out. This previous butthead that offered you stability and then you pull through, they turn out to be a player. So you're still going to be hung up about this person for a little bit. You're trying to figure out, why did this happen to me? Why did they... And I do believe I said in this last reading, don't take it personally. This has everything to do with them and absolutely nothing to do with you. Their trauma and their trauma responses were to do with them. It had nothing to do with your ability to love. You're a loving, genuine person. You're having a lot of doubt that you deserve love because of people in your past that have made you feel less than. But you don't need to feel less than. You're an Aries, for crying out loud. Yeah. Trust your intuition. The sun's coming out. Trust your intuition. Go inward. Really learn about the inner workings of yourself. Figure out what makes you happy that's not romantic. options. Figure out, I mean, you can see he's got options here, like there's the snake, the face, the wreath, the devil, find things in life, jewelry. You know, these could represent different things like houses and, you know, jewelry and money and wealth and, you know, possibly success in athletics, or like lots of different avenues that you could choose to go down instead of sitting here wondering why this past relationship didn't work out. Focus on what you love. Focus on what makes you you. Things that you enjoy doing. Are you a cyclist? I'm getting for somebody here, they're a cyclist. They want to bike the world. Okay, go bike the world. When you're doing the things that you love the most, you're in a higher vibrational frequency, which attracts this fool, which attracts things that you want to you. You don't get things that you want in a low vibrational frequency. You have to trust in the universe to provide and just carry on your life and go do the things that you want to do in this life. And that's all there is to it. You can't sit and wonder what if. Again, with the sword here, there's some kind of major communication coming in. But I really feel like this here is your energy. And, you know, take what resonates to this, but I feel like you need to step into your power, step into your truth, and be fierce about your truth here. Your healing journey, be truthful with yourself. Cut out things that are toxic that you might do. I mean, nobody's perfect, but what can you do to work on yourself? Like what afflictions do you have in relationships? Like maybe, you know, you're very picky with, I don't know, give me an example here. Somebody leaves a dish in the sink for too long. Maybe you need to release that need to have like 0 dishes in the sink, because the next person, you know, for whatever reason, is not big on dishes, but it's because they're, you know, busy working on surprises for you or something along those lines. You know what I mean? Like you can't hold these super high expectations of other people. You can only control yourself, and you need to stand in that truth as well. You can't have, okay, there's an expression, and it's like you know, what is the expression? It's something to do with expectations and making you miserable. Like if you hold too high of expectations, you end up like losing in the end, essentially. I can't even think of the expression right now. I'm brain farting. Like it's just a wall of nothingness now. It's like, no, you don't get that one. But it's like, don't hold your expectations so high that they're not attainable, because you'll only let yourself down, essentially, is the expression, okay? And that's, you know, that's what I think. I think you need to pull yourself out of your ego, which can be hard for an Aries to do. Let's not forget that I'm an Aries rising. Okay, let's keep that in mind before you beat me up for this one. Again, with the 2 of Wands to come out on top of the Ace of Swords. You need to make a plan for yourself. And I don't think that this plan has anything to do with love. I think it has a lot to do with your stability in life. You could be so focused on love that all you see are these gray skies around you because it's not coming in, that you don't see the abundance that's happening in other areas of your life. Things are going to pass by quickly, and before you know it, things end. I hate to go morbid on you, but things end. It's a fact of life. What begins must end. The yin and yang of life. So before you regret not being in the moment now, doing the things that you love, going for that cycling ride, or, you know, traveling the world, whatever that inspirational bucket list thing that you want to do, you need to go and experience that. And in the process, as I cut the deck and ask, in the process, you step into your main power here, gender not specific. You enlighten yourself, And in comes, and this happened in the last reading too, but in comes your divine counterpart. I cannot make this stuff up, guys. I cannot. I couldn't if I tried. I couldn't if I tried. I mean, I could if I tried, but I don't want to because that would be ridiculous. So basically, what I'm saying to you is focus on yourself. Don't worry too much about when love is coming in. It's coming, and it's going to happen when you least expect it. It's going to happen when you're out living your life, not when you're sitting behind a computer screen swiping through faces, okay? Stop swiping through faces. Get out, live your life. Do things that you want to do. Join that spiritual group that you want to join. Go, I don't know, maybe some of you are like want to be on the big screen, I'm hearing, or, just chase your dreams. Chase your dreams and everything will fall into place. And that's what I have for you. Now, for the best part, the part you've been waiting for. If you want a free personal reading with me, this is only for Aries sun sign. So I'm sorry for everybody else, but this is how I've got to narrow this down for you guys. I want your first name and your birth date. If you are an Aries sun sign, your first name and your birth date in the comments below, and I will put them all in a hat, and I will draw a name out of this hat, and that person will win a free personal reading of their choice, general, love, whatever it is, and we will figure out, again, if I can do this live with you, given our schedules, depending on where we are, in accordance to time as well. I mean, if you're on the West Coast, you're 2 hours behind me. I'm in Ontario, so we'll figure something out, whether it's pre-recorded and you tell me what you want to know, and I will draw for you. But until then, thank you again so much for all of that support, and I hope this helped you guys. And I will see you at your October monthly generals. Love and light.